Let me tell you about something that happened to me. You know what? The other day I went with my wife and we went to the device to get her yearly labs done, right? And I'm like, okay, hey, you know what? We're gonna get your labs done and everything. So after we got in and we got the whole situation and she asked for a mammogram. And because you know how women get mammograms? You guys know. Well, my wife got getting one of those, and I'm like, well, why are you getting a mammogram for? She's like, well, I have to have my breast checked because I'm getting a little bit older and I need to get them checked every year. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. So one thing that happened, and it was unfortunate, but we corrected it, is that we went and asked the physician at the device, hey, you know, which is the urgent care center, hey, you know what? We need to get this done. And she was like, well, why? Well, she's had some issues with her breast, things showing up, and we need to make sure it's done. Well, I don't know if that's enough. What do you mean it's not enough? So my wrong American side come out and like, what do you mean I can't get this done? And she's like, well, look, it's not guaranteed. It's not, we have to justify it in the system. And I'm like, and she started going on about what that was. And you know what, it enlightened me about when you guys are doing medical treatment inside a device, that you need to be very specific and detailed about why you're there and why you're doing it. You know why? Because if you don't do that, it could be overlooked on what you're doing. So you don't want to just go in advice, hey, you know what? I need to get some exams. It's not going to work that way. So we pressured a little bit more and we got them. Now, something that we also learned, well, I learned that day, along with the wife, is that there's some labs in little pee-pee, you know, little cups of urine and then a feces sample that they give you for that you need to get checked. They didn't have any. And the first response was, we don't have it. Go ahead and go buy it at the pharmacy. You know, being a health advocate here in Costa Rica, you can't do that. So I said, okay, well, who has it? Well, we didn't get our shipment in and we don't have any. You'd have to go buy it. I'm like, well, no, you didn't. I don't think you heard what I said. I asked, who has these cups? Who distributes them? Well, they come by and they give so many during. Okay, no. Who has it? Or where can I get? You know what? Better yet, where can I get it from? And she said, well, you could try the hospital. Whoa. It took some pushing and some prodding, but we got an answer. So what did I do? Is that my wife said, you know what? Let's just go buy the cup. It's only blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I can't talk to the viewers and people that listen to it and not try. Because I asked everybody else to try. I need to do it myself. So you know what we did? We went to the hospital. I went to the laboratory. I showed them, here's a piece of paper of her getting labs here. She's going to come on Saturday, but they ran out of cups. Guess what the hospital did? Here's your pee cup. Here is your feces cup. My wife was like, but we spent the time. The whole point of this is that you use the system for what it's designed for, to take care of you. If you put a little bit more effort into just doing it, yes, is it tough? Does it get old? Yeah, it does. But you know what? It's to filter out people that really are abusing or not using the system right. And this gives them a little way. You know, yes, they pay for a service. That's why we pushed. But you, if you're going through, hey, you know what, I need to get some cataract surgery, or I need to get this done. You know what? The system itself is designed so you do get that surgery. So you do have to put a little bit more effort into getting. Now, and what I mean by effort is this, is that my cataract is forming, they'll put you on a list. And let's just stop. Nope, we're not going to just stop. You're going to at least visit the device once a month. Why? Because if you don't do that, it's not a priority for them, because he's living with it. This other person has a priority because they're coming all the time. You know what? That allows the system to help you. Now, is it the perfect? No, it's not perfect. But if you want to get a system done for you, or you want to get surgery, you have to be persistent in Costa Rica. You cannot just say, hey, you know what? Oh, they know I have this. No. If you don't ask, you don't pressure, you don't come in contact with that specialist, and you don't make your presence known, then it's not going to be priority. You're going to be at the rest of the list. Now, there's things that are called the amparo, which is you go to the courthouse, Sala Cuarta, which is floor 4 in the courthouse system, and you apply for them to advocate in your behalf to force the system to do it. I have another video that talks about that, and you can do that. But my suggestion is that when you're having trouble getting a surgery done or something that's not working, you're persistent. But one thing that I'm going to tell you, don't be disrespectful, don't yell, don't get mad, don't get in their face, because it is a felony to strike a public servant. Now, you can ask for the director of the hospital. You can go for the advocates. Inside every hospital, there's a thing called Controloría, which is the controller's office. That controller's office is where you can make your voice heard. Now, there's also a defender of habitantes, which is the defender of the patients, that also you can go to. So there's all these tools inside the system that sometimes seems cumbersome, but it's set to help you, okay? Now, I hope that this whole conversation of me going with the wife down to getting things, you guys learned a little bit of something that you could do. Pura vida, and always be safe.